Hi everyone, Julia here. Welcome to this Shopify dropshipping tutorial. In this video, I'm going to guide you into the entire process of setting up your Shopify dropshipping store. We'll cover everything step by step, breaking down all the different features and configurations so that by the end of this video, you will have a fully functional dropshipping store to begin selling your products. If you haven't signed up for Shopify yet, you'll find the best current deal linked in the description. This will take you to a 3-day free trial and the best current offer of only $1 for the first 3 months. So the first thing we are going to do is find that link in the description and enter our email address to start the free trial. Follow the prompts to create your account. And you'll be taken to the Shopify dashboard. Now that we have created the Shopify account, we come into the next step of this tutorial, which is connecting the store to a supplier. This is how we are going to source the products and sync them directly to our store. To source the products, you'll find a link to CJ Dropshipping in the description of this video. CJ is a very well-known and trusted dropshipping supplier, and they offer a massive catalog of products you could add to your store. Adding products to your store is completely free, and you'll only pay once you place an order. So let's go ahead and click on register right up here on the right, and let's create the CJ Dropshipping account. So type in your email address, create a password, and click on next. Now click confirm. And you'll be taken to the next part, which is creating a username. So go ahead and type that in. Add your first name, last name, and phone number. Now click confirm. And once you see this page, you can click on skip now, and your account will be ready. So what we need to do next is link CJ Dropshipping with our Shopify store, which is how you're going to automatically forward all orders received on Shopify to CJ's platform. To enable this synchronization, let's go back to Shopify, and we will need to install the CJ Dropshipping app. You'll find a link in the description taking you directly to the CJ app. Otherwise, you can also find it by going to Apps down here on the side menu and searching CJ Dropshipping in the Shopify App Store. So let's go ahead and click on Install. And now, as you can see, CJ has been integrated with Shopify. So every time an order is placed, this will be automatically forwarded to CJ, and they will take care of shipping for you. Alright, now let's head to CJ Dropshipping, and let me show you how to add your first products to your Shopify store. We'll then get into customizing the online store. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on this product as an example. And here you're going to see the price of this item. Make sure to also pay attention to the total price, which is noted down here on the side. This is how much you will be charged, including any shipping. Based on this information, you can then set your own product prices on Shopify and make sure there is a decent profit margin on top of it. We'll be setting the prices in a moment. To add this product to your Shopify store, let's click right here on List. And as you can see, your store name should appear. Now we are going to choose our shipping settings. First, you are going to see what warehouse this product is being shipped from, and then you'll select which country most of your orders will be shipped to. We'll leave this in the United States for now, as I'll be marketing mostly to the United States. And no worries if you're not sure about this yet, we can change everything later on. Here you're going to select the shipping method for this product. And as you can see, CJ offers many shipping options. If you are shipping anything electronic, which includes batteries, I recommend going with CJ Packet Sensitive. And if not, you can choose CJ Packet Ordinary. I'll leave a link below with more information on shipping providers, as you might see a very large list on different products. Down here, you're going to type in the product type, and the rest we will edit later inside Shopify. Now this section will show you your product variants. What this means is how many versions of this product are available. If you are selling a t-shirt, for example, you'll see different t-shirt sizes or colors listed in this section. Make sure to select the ones you'd like to add to your store. And here on the side, we are now going to add our retail price. This means for how much you are going to sell this product in your storefront. Now this is not set in stone, we can also change it later inside Shopify. before adding the retail price, the first thing we're going to look at is the CJ price right here on the side. This means how much this item costs inside CJ. Next to it, we have the shipping fee, the service fee, and then what you should be paying most of your attention to, which is the total dropshipping cost. This means how much you will pay in total to get this item to your customer. So as you can see, the total dropshipping cost for this item is $16.16. Here in the first section, you are also going to notice something called RRP, which is the recommended retail price based on data CJ has collected from its sellers. In simple terms, it's the price CJ recommends you charge. As you can see, the price CJ recommends you put in your store is around $43.31. Now, if we just make a quick calculation, we can find out how much money we would make from each sale if we charge $43 for this product. So if we charge $43 for this product, $16 goes to pay CJ, and the rest we get to keep as a profit, which is $27. This means every time we sell this product, we make $27. So now let's go ahead and enter that retail price. And by the way, you don't have to go with CJ's recommendation. You can come up with your own product pricing depending on the offer you plan to come up with. And also know that we can edit this later inside Shopify. Now let's click on List Now. And the product has been listed successfully on Shopify. So let's click on View It in Store. And this will take us to the Shopify product listing. As you can see, we already have a product's title, description, images, variants, and our search engine listing, which is how your products are going to be previewed on platforms like Google. Now, I highly recommend you go over the product titles and descriptions and change them to be unique. You don't want to copy and paste everything from CJ, as that could end up hurting how your store ranks on Google. Some of this information could also be written in a more consumer-friendly way. So make sure to go over this and edit the descriptions to your liking. This can also help you get your brand voice across. To help you with branding, I highly recommend having a look at this free resource linked in the description. You can also use this AI feature to help you with writing. Type in some relevant keywords, choose the style, and Shopify will generate a description for you. I'd also go ahead and delete these images in the description, as we already have them down here in the media section. Now the next step is enabling CJ Dropshipping to track our product inventory. So let's scroll down to the variants and click on your first variant. Now here on inventory, make sure CJ Dropshipping is selected. Click on Track Quantity and then Save. Now, as you will see, here we have CJ Dropshipping as an inventory location. So let's go back. And if you have more variants in your products, make sure to do this for every single variant. Now let's go back. And here we are going to see all the products that have been added to Shopify. Now I'm going to go ahead and repeat the process until I've added all the products I'd like to sell. Now before we dive into customizing the theme, first we are going to create collections. This is how we will create a structure for the homepage and website menu. So now, think of the main categories you are going to split your products into. To help you with some initial ideas, here's an example of collections you could create for a store selling fitness products. Some examples could be fitness gadgets, home gym essentials, body weight, workout gear, nutrition and supplements, exercise mats, mind and body wellness, kids fitness gear, outdoor gear, and new arrivals. When creating your collections, you'll need to create every category you can think of. We are then going to separate them into sub and main categories in our website's menu. Now, to create collections, go to Products here on the side menu and click on Collections. Now click on Create Collection, and here we're going to enter all the details. First, set your collection title and a description if you want to. It's also fine to leave this blank, as the collections will mostly be a visual display. Then you'll want to choose your collection type, automated or manual. To keep this simple, we'll go with manual for now, as we're still in the beginning steps of setting up our store. But I will also leave some help down in the description if you want to set up an automated collection later. Next up, you'll want to edit your search engine listing. This is how people will preview your collection on platforms like Google. Make sure to include your brand name, page information, and any relevant keywords that can help you rank higher. This will be my example. Then you'll want to choose a collection image. This is how your customers will preview and know your collection, so choose something that truly represents the products in it. Once you're done, click Save. And as you can see, we still don't have any products in this collection. So let's click on Browse and select all the products you want to add to your new collection. Click on Add, and your collection has been updated. Now go back and repeat the process to add more collections. Now that the catalog is ready, we are going to design the website. So go to Online Store here in the side menu, and let's choose a theme. Scroll all the way down and click on Visit Theme Store. Here you can browse through all of Shopify's ready-made templates for you to design your store. And as you will notice, Shopify offers both free and paid themes. So if you only want to view the free ones, make sure to tick Free here in the filter settings and you'll see all of the free ones available. If you'd like to preview one of these themes, you can click on it and then click on View Demo Store to get a feeling for what your online store could look like. For this tutorial, we are going to be using one of Shopify's free themes, which will work out perfectly for anyone starting out. You can always change your theme later if you want to. So once you've chosen the right theme for your vision, click on Try Theme, and it will be added to your library. Now we are going to right-click on Customize to open it on a new tab. And you'll be taken to the theme editor. This is Shopify's built-in web designing tool, and it's very intuitive and easy to use. I'm going to break down some of the main features for you, and then we'll go ahead and start designing the store. When you first open the theme editor, you'll see a sidebar on the left side of the screen. You'll also see one on the right-hand side, and your website preview here in the main area. So everything we're going to edit will be done on the sidebars, and you'll be able to preview those changes in this whole area as we go. Now, just a heads up, if you're inside Shopify and you're only seeing one sidebar here on the left side, that's totally fine. It's just because you have a smaller computer screen. All the settings will be the same, just know that everything we are editing will be on the left side for you. You can also choose to customize the mobile view by clicking right up here. In this tutorial, we are going to focus on desktop. Mobile is usually very well adapted by Shopify automatically, as all the themes are mobile responsive. So you can go over this in the end and see if you want to make any small changes. Now let's have a closer look at the sidebar. Here you will find all the sections of your website with a drag and drop function. No matter which page you are in, whether it's the home page, a product page, or any other page, the sidebar will always start with the header section and end with the footer section. And in between that is where we will add all the page content. There is also a feature right up here named Inspector. When this is turned on, the main preview will scroll automatically wherever you hover your mouse. You can turn it on and off by clicking on it. I'm going to leave it off during the tutorial, but you can have it on if you want to. By default, this theme comes with an image banner and a featured collection. What you will also notice is that each section contains different blocks within it. For example, in the image banner, you will see these blocks within it. Here the blocks are title and a button, which are all featured within the image banner. If you wanted to add some text to your image banner, you could add another block by clicking right here and adding a text block. Once again, this is a drag and drop side menu, which means that you can then reorder where to place each of these items across your page. To add a new section, we are going to go down here and click on Add Section. Now you will see all the different options of what you can add to your page. To make edits in your content, you can click on these blocks, and the settings will open up on the other side. If you have the inspector turned on, you can also just click on the sections directly on this main area, and the settings will open up in the sidebar as well. Now to customize some of the more general settings of the store like fonts, animations, color schemes, and so on, we are going to head over to the theme settings here in the top left. The first option is logo. So the first thing we are going to do is add a logo to the store. To create a logo for free, I recommend going over to canva.com and starting with one of their pre-made designs. Canva is very easy to use and you can edit everything to your liking. I'm going to leave a link to Canva down in the description. And to help you in this whole process, you'll also find a link to a free resource I've prepared for you. This is going to be really helpful in the branding parts, and it covers everything you'll need to know to create a successful brand from scratch. I've included tons of tips, definitions, concepts, guidelines on logo design, the psychology of colors impacting your sales, and tons of other inspiring ideas for your online store. I've actually also included a free marketing resource in this bundle where I've broken down some of the most successful Shopify stores that I've come across, and I've broken them down into segments of what they're doing right so you can follow their footsteps to create your own success story. I highly recommend you have a look at these free resources. They're really going to help you out in the process. Now let's dive into designing this Shopify dropshipping store. Once your logo is ready, you'll need to export it with a transparent background. Since Canva will only allow you to export transparent images with a pro account, if you'd like to do this completely for free, you can go ahead and just export it normally as a PNG and then use this free tool linked below to remove the background. Once that's ready, we're going to upload it to the store. So click on Logo and select Image. Here you can adjust the size of the logo, and I'm going to leave mine a little bit bigger. So let's close the logo settings. If you want to change the color schemes of your store, you can do that right here. If you'd like to change the fonts, you can go to Typography. Here you're going to find the header font, which is usually what shows in your titles. And scrolling down here, you will find the body font, which is usually shown in the descriptions and smaller text areas. Now let's go back to the sections. This is where we'll be spending most of the time customizing. Now the next thing we are going to do is add a banner image to the store. I definitely recommend you spend some extra time gathering the best looking images you can find, as a visual appeal is one of the most important things when it comes to selling. I'll leave a few links in the description where you can search for high resolution stock images. And of course, down the line, if you decide to order some of the products yourself, you can then take your own photos and update this as you go. You can also use AI tools to generate product images by uploading an existing image of your product. I'm also going to link these resources down in the description. So click on Image Banner and select Image to upload your file. On the theme I've chosen, you can also add a second image to the banner, so the whole thing would split in two and show two different photos. Here you can also adapt the banner height, and your banner will change in size. Alright, now let's click on the title block, and here you'll add your store title. And remember, this is the first impression users will have from your store, so make sure it's relevant. You can also use ChatGPT to help you out with writing. Now let's click on Buttons, and here you'll be able to change the button text and where it links to. Right now, we will leave it linked to all products. If you click on it, you'll be able to see other pages you could link this button to. Now down here, we already have a section named Featured Collection. So here on the sidebar, we are going to click on the section and change the title. To change what collection is being shown, you can go down here and click on Change Collection. Here you can change how many products of the collection you want to show, and in how many columns they will appear. You can also enable a carousel function, which allows users to scroll horizontally. And right here, you can choose your color scheme for this section's background. If you'd like different colors than what's being shown here, you can click on Edit and create your own color scheme. Just note that these will be the same color schemes available for every other website section. Going back, here you can change the image ratio and the image shape, which we are going to leave on default. Now here's one of my favorite features of this theme, show second image on hover. This is going to create a very nice visual effect every time the products are hovered, so make sure this box is ticked. Next up, we are going to click on Add Section and add something called a collection list. This is going to show a list of collection covers, giving a nice structure for people to choose where they want to go next. And as you can see, the settings of this section look very similar to the previous one. So once you learn where everything is, you can apply it to every section. Now to create a nice aesthetic, I'm going to remove the title and change the color scheme to create some contrast. If we have a look here on the sidebar, within our collection list, 3 blocks have been added. This is where you are going to add what collections will be displayed. To choose the first collection, click on the first block, and then move over to the other side to select the collection. Same thing for the next one. And the third. If you want to add more collection covers, first you are going to click here. And as you can see, we have a new collection block. Now you're going to click on Collection List and choose the number of columns that are going to appear. You can then go back to your collection block and select your next collection, as we have done previously. Once again, this is a drag and drop side menu, which means that you can then reorder where to place each of these items across your page. Once you're done, click Save. Now let's go down here and click on Add Section. Now I recommend you have a look at some of these options and see what would be the most fitting for your type of store. You could add another featured collection, maybe this time showing a different one. You could add a featured product. And change the color scheme to create some contrast. If you want to make the product image a bit smaller, go to Desktop Media Width to change the image size. I'm going to leave mine small for now. To preview how your store looks, go up here and click on Full Screen. You could add maybe an image with text section showcasing what your brand is about, and select Image to upload your file. Alright, now let's click on the title block, and here you'll add your title. Now click on Text block, and let's add a short description. Keep it simple, make it catchy, and remember, this is the first impression users will have from your store, so make sure it's relevant. Now let's click on Buttons, and here you'll be able to change the button text and where it links to. For every section you'd like to edit, you can then follow the same steps we've already covered. Click the section, and the settings will open up on the other side. If you want to reorder your sections, you can grab them on the sidebar and drag them up or down. And as you are designing your homepage, make sure there is a fair amount of contrast between each section. For a professional website aesthetic, you don't want to make things look too repetitive. You can achieve contrast by giving some variation in the background colors of each section, and by adding different kinds of sections throughout the homepage. Contrast is one of the foundations of proper design, and it will help you keep things looking interesting. Also remember that the purpose of your homepage is to be a hallway, taking visitors to all the different possible doors they could enter in your store. So when creating all these sections, also make sure that multiple pages of your website can be accessed through the homepage, linked to different collections and to different products. If you need some inspiration, one of the things I recommend you do is go over to the theme store and have a deeper look at some of these demos. They are very well designed and can be a useful reference. I also recommend you have a look at some competitor websites and also websites of famous brands so you have an idea of what works well. And to help you further into this process, I have also prepared a super valuable free resource which is available in the description. It's a digital guide bundle featuring a marketing guide and a branding guide. I've chosen some of the coolest Shopify stores that I've come across and I've broken them down into segments of what they're doing right so you can follow their footsteps to create your own success story. It's loaded with top-knowledge marketing tips and tons of inspiring ideas for you to implement in your online store. The branding guide is also very important. It covers everything you'll need to know about branding and how to use visual psychology to impact your sales. So make sure to grab those free resources in the description. They are really going to help you out in this process. So let's click on Save up here on the right. And let's click on one of our products. If you want to make the product image a bit smaller, click on Product Information and then go to Desktop Media Width to change the image size. I'm going to leave mine small for now. You can also edit the layout of your product images right here on this section. You could try 2 columns, thumbnails, or thumbnail carousel. Just note that whatever you choose here will apply to every product page. I'll leave mine like this for now. And let's move over to the next step. If we have a look here at the header section, we still need to create a menu. So let's go ahead and do that. Before leaving the theme editor, make sure to click Save. And let's go back to the Shopify dashboard. To create a navigation menu, we're going to go to the side and click on Online Store. Then click on Navigation. And here you'll see 2 main options, the footer menu and the main menu. The footer menu is what appears at the very bottom of your online store, and it's typically linked to some of your main collections. First, let's customize the main menu, which is the one on top of your store. You can find it in the header section. You can then repeat the process for the footer menu. So click on Main Menu, and here you'll see a couple of things by default. If you don't need these items, you can go ahead and delete them right here. To create a new category, click on Add Menu Item, and you will see this little window pop up here on the side. Here we're going to enter one of our main collection names, and then down here select the collection this is going to link to. This will be my store's example. Click on Add. You can then repeat the process to add more menu items. If you are selling a large amount of products, you likely need to create subcategories in your menu. To do so, you can drag and drop them like this. To create more than one subcategory, you can do the same thing one level further. Make sure to save your menu when it's ready, and go back to the theme editor to preview your changes. Your menu settings can be found on the sidebar here in the header section. To preview how your store looks, go up here and click on Full Screen. Save when you're done. And let's switch over to the Shopify Dashboard tab. We now come to the final setup chapter of this tutorial, which is going over the management settings of Shopify. We are going to set up shipping rates, payment gateways, domains, and all the final settings to be able to launch this online store. Head down here to the bottom left and click on Settings. Now go to Markets, and here we're going to add our selling regions. This means which countries we are going to be selling to. If you're only selling nationally, you'll need to add your country right here on Primary. By default, this will be set to your account's location. If you are selling internationally, you'll then see another section down here where Shopify has already created an international market for us. So let's click on International, click on Edit, and here you're going to select every country you might potentially be selling to. Once you have it, click Save, and make sure that the market status is set to active. Now let's move over to shipping and delivery. Before going into the settings, there is one important concept you'll need to understand. It's named abandoned checkouts. No one likes to get to the checkout page and see a giant shipping cost they had no idea was coming. So to avoid customers who abandon their purchase last minute, I recommend you offer free shipping, and to make up for that, increase your product prices. Regardless of what you choose, know that your sales have everything to do with a strong offer, and free shipping will definitely add value to your offer. Next up, the weight of your product will alter the shipping price. So inside Shopify, you'll need to create shipping profiles for items that have a similar weight. To check how much CJ will charge for shipping, you can have a look at this section in each product. And then create a shipping profile for all the items that have a similar shipping price. Now, if your items are all around the same size and weight, then you don't need to worry about this, and you can use this general profile to set up your shipping prices. Automatically, any products that have not been added to any other shipping profiles will go to general by default. Now, to show you how all of this works, we are going to create a new shipping profile. So click on Create New Profile, then on Add Products. Choose a batch of products with a similar shipping cost. And scroll down. Now the next step is creating zones for the places you want to ship to. I recommend grouping countries with a similar cost into the same zone. Click on Create Zone. And here an example is to start by grouping European countries like Germany, Switzerland, Spain, Italy, France, and so on into one zone. Name the zone Europe, then click Save. Now as you can see, here we have Europe, including these countries. Now for customers to be able to complete their purchase, we have to set a shipping price, even if the price is 0. To set the shipping price, click on Add Rate. Choose Standard, and then set how much you will charge for shipping. For my store, I'm choosing to go with free shipping, so I'm leaving this at 0. Now as you can see, here we have the standard rate with free shipping. If you decide to go for free shipping worldwide, then you can include all the countries you are selling to in the same shipping zone. If you don't want to offer free shipping, then the next step is to repeat the process and create as many shipping zones as you will need to. Another way you can do this is to set up one zone for national shipping and one more zone with all other countries in it, in which case you would have one fixed international rate. Doing this can also be a lot faster. I'm going to leave a few links in the description to give you more ideas on these pricing strategies. Now, it's also important to have a look up here in the section Shipping Origins. Because we are drop shipping, we are not sending the products from our own location. Instead, the products are being sent by CJ, so we need to make sure CJ has been added as a shipping origin. Now, because this is not the only profile, it's very important that you double check CJ is appearing across every other shipping profile you create. Otherwise, customers would not be able to receive their product. If you are not seeing CJ dropshipping in this area, we're about to go over to another shipping profile, and I'll show you how to add it as a shipping origin. Before leaving this shipping profile, let's give it a name. And click Save. Now let's click on General. And once again, this general profile is default for all products not in any other profiles. You'll also see that all new products are added here. So every time you add a new product to your Shopify store, if it's not added to any other profile, it will go to General. To keep things safe, I highly recommend you go ahead and create shipping zones and shipping rates for this general profile, even if you intend on using other profiles. Now here's why. If in the future you decide to add a new product to your store, but forget to add it to another shipping profile, your customers would not be able to check out. This means you could be losing sales just because you forgot to update your shipping profiles. So to prevent this from ever happening, let's go ahead and create shipping zones and rates for this general profile. So let's click on Create Zone and add United States. Now click on Add Rate and add how much you are charging to ship to the United States. Now let's create the international shipping zone. Click on Create Zone and select your countries. Click Done and add a rate for the international zone. I'll leave mine at 0 once again, as I'm going for free shipping worldwide. Now remember, we still have to check for the shipping origins, so click on Show Details. And here you're going to see your address and any other apps who are taking care of order fulfillment for you. In the case of this tutorial, CJ Dropshipping should appear in this section, as they are the ones shipping items to the customers for us. So now, let's add CJ Dropshipping as a shipping origin. Scroll down, and here you'll see Not Shipping from CJ Dropshipping. So let's go ahead and click on Add Rates and click on Done. And now up here, you should be able to see CJ Dropshipping in your shipping origins. So make sure this is showing across every other shipping profile. Now let's hit Save and repeat the process to create more shipping profiles. Alright, now let's head to Payments. And here's where we'll set up the payment options for your customers. The first thing you'll see here is Shopify Payments, which is a payments gateway set up by Shopify. And while this is a very nice option to go with, it does require that your business has a registration number and is based in one of the supported countries. If you do enable Shop Pay, you can also allow customers to save their address and payment information, which is great for a faster checkout when customers come back to buy more. If you want to use Shop Pay, you can click on Complete Account Setup and submit your business details. Though I can imagine many of you probably have not registered your business just yet, so we're going to scroll down here and use another payment option for now. I definitely recommend you create a PayPal business account and enable this as an option. You can have more than one payment option in your store, and PayPal is most definitely a worthy addition. To add another payment gateway, we are going to click on Add Payment Methods and choose a provider. Now the best option for you here will depend on your location. I'll leave a link in the description so you can see what providers are available in your country. In my store, I am actually using Stripe, so if that's available in your location, I definitely recommend it. Otherwise, all of these other options are also pretty good. Just make sure that the one you choose obviously allows for Visa and MasterCard payments. So go on to create that account, and once it's ready, let's head to the domain settings. Here you can see your website is still set to .myshopify.com. To make things more professional, we're going to have to remove that. So the next step is purchasing a domain. If you want to keep this as simple as possible without any complicated configurations, then you can purchase a domain right here from Shopify and you're good to go. I believe the price is $15 per year. If you're looking for a more economical option, then you can use platforms like Namecheap to buy a domain for around $5 and then configure your settings here by clicking on Connect Existing Domain. I'll leave a link in the description if you prefer a more economical option. Alright, let's close the settings and let's view our store. Looks like everything is ready. If we add this to the cart and then go to checkout, everything is set up and you are ready to start selling. Now let's head back to the dashboard, and under Online Store, we are going to remove the passwords and make the website public. We also want to go to Preferences down here and add our store name and description to appear on Google. Alright, now click on Analytics here on the side menu, and here's where you'll be able to track your website visitors, what their sessions look like, if anything has been added to cart, and other relevant data. So now that we are ready, we are going to dive into marketing. If you have an extra budget to work with, I highly recommend ordering some of the products you are selling and getting really good at making short videos. This is how you are going to advertise on platforms like TikTok and Facebook ads. Alternatively, I also recommend you start looking into search engine optimization, also known as SEO. This is a free method you can use to bring organic traffic to your store. I'll leave a few links in the description to help you get started with this part. And to get your first sale, you're gonna need to have a great offer. So to help you succeed, I've actually made a whole video on how to create and set up discount codes. You'll find a link to that video in the description. And if by any chance you haven't signed up for Shopify yet, you'll also find a link taking you to the best current deal to get started. It's a deal of only $1 for the first 3 months. I also want to let you know that I've prepared a super valuable free resource to help you in your e-commerce journey. It's a digital magazine bundle featuring a marketing guide and a branding guide. I've chosen some of the coolest Shopify stores that I've come across, and I've broken them down into segments of what they're doing right, so you can follow their footsteps to create your own success story. It's loaded with top-knowledge marketing tips and tons of inspiring ideas for your online store. And in the branding guide, you'll find everything you'll need to know to create a thriving brand from scratch. You'll find tons of tips and definitions on how to create a solid brand identity, basics on brand voice, visuals, intelligent color use for sales, and other top-knowledge insider stuff. You can find both of those resources in a free bundle pack in the description. And that's all, everyone. I hope this guide was helpful to you. Make sure to hit that like button, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments and I'll do my best to help you out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.